To this story now, South Africa is struggling with an acute housing backlog. Now, government is turning to technology to resolve that. It's unveiling its first 3D construction printing technology. It's hoped this will speed up delivery and end shoddy workmanship synonymous with RDP housing. Experts say using 3D printing technology for a house can be constructed in just one day. Now, our reporter Slindelo Masigane joins us now live to give us more details. Sli, I don't know, I'm not a very tech-savvy person. Maybe you'll be able to explain to me, if anyone has told you in layman's terms, how exactly this would work.
Look, I'm no expert myself, Masego, and I don't want to claim to be one, but of course we are at the University of Johannesburg's Doornfontein campus, where the science and engineering campus is actually based. And what is happening here, I must say, is quite groundbreaking, innovative, to say the least, and it will probably change the landscape in terms of construction and in terms of the delivery of housing in this country. We know we have a backlog, and we know that we have just some 2,000 or so informal settlements, and this particular project aims to try and address the housing situation that we have in the country. Tammy is going to show you now this groundbreaking technology. This is a 3D concrete printer, and what is happening right now, in fact, is that we're getting a demonstration of how it works. And right now a wall is actually being built, but to the left, what you can actually also see is the RDP house, a look at what an RDP house could possibly look like with this particular technology. But I'm also joined by an expert, Masego, who's actually going to tell us about how this works and what we're actually seeing. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Hartley. I know you're from the housing regulator. You are a quality assurer, so you'll be able to tell us whether this particular structure, in terms of the house that was built, is safe, and exactly how this technology works. So let's just start with what we're seeing right now happening in front of us, and exactly what the process that is unfolding right now.
Yeah, the process now, as you see them pouring water, we try to cure the wall to make them strong, so that, when the next layer comes, it's very strong and very solid. So what happens is that it builds cavity walls which are very solid. As you can see on my left-hand side, we've got a rain penetrating machine where we can test if water can go through the wall. And we also test impact, and we also test soft-body impact there. We also test energy efficiency. If you can see it's hot now, we need to check the ambient temperature inside. If it's, are we improving? We're in line with the climate change and so on. So we're working strictly in order to address the issues of energy, the issues of new labor in the market, because a lot of people will say this thing is taking away jobs. But if you look at it, we have new careers that are coming in, like your robotics, working with all the machines to easy up construction and things like that. And lastly, speed of construction.
So maybe, Mr. Hartley, for somebody who doesn't understand, or in layman's terms, how does this work? You have a drawing, and then what happens?
You have a drawing, then you put it into the machine that reads. And then the machine, as it prints, it will count the layers to say, if the standard says the wall is 2.4, then it will count how many layers to reach 2.4. And when it arrives there, it will stop. It will not continue. So we're looking also at matching the standards that we have in the country and try to improve in terms of the quality.
And you're saying it's not just housing that this particular technology can actually infiltrate. You're saying you could build furniture.
You can build furniture. You can build your flower pots. You can build your bench. You can build your garden furniture, and ornaments. Probably pottery can also come into space, We bring innovation into that. But in housing, we are breaking new ground as well. Yeah.
Most certainly. And talk to me about the cost. I know this machine alone costs around 6 million rand.
Well, the cost, it will be one machine producing many.
Yeah.
It's like when you're doing a road, you're going to procure a grader that you're going to do 6 to 20 kilometers with that grader.
Yeah.
So it will be a big investment. It's not like it's a threat in the market in terms of the cost.
Yeah.
But you look at the overall project, the speed of construction, inflation, and so on. So we're able to save in terms of government spending when we use the machine.
And of course, you did talk about the time. I understand this particular RDP house of example took around 8 hours?
8 hours, yes.
Yeah.
We build the walls incrementally. You combine all the time we build, and then it amounts to 8 hours to complete.
Amazing. And I understand we're still in the pilot phase of this particular project, yes?
Yes, we're still in the pilot phase. As you can see, this house, we build it for the climate of Gauteng, of which that Pretoria is not too far, of which is too hot in Pretoria, but it's well suited here so that we can roll it in the country, looking at those. And also, we're looking at the floods. Remember, we had some challenges. Yeah. We have a solution.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Hartley. All right, Masego, so that's essentially what we're seeing happening right now in terms of innovation to try and address the housing backlog. This particular project is still in its pilot phase, but it's the beginning of, I think, what we want to see happen in the country when it comes to addressing homelessness, when it comes to addressing informal settlements, and ensuring that people are living in dignified housing. And so this project, I understand, will be piloted till around 2024, and a rollout of actually starting to build houses in South Africa will start in KwaZulu-Natal. It's a partnership between Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, the Department of Science and Technology, as well as Innovation, and of course UJ as well. So what you're seeing right now is history, really, Masego, that's in the making, and something that is quite groundbreaking at this stage.